Hey guys, so the framing on this is kind of strange and I'm not sure if it's balanced right because I decided while I was driving I needed to make a vlog, so I adjusted my camera at a stoplight. So this is what we're doing now. It's very sunny and the light's gonna flicker. So I was thinking about something today. I was thinking about perception and about how we're perceived by other people and how we perceive ourselves. And I've been dyeing my hair for a few years now, probably 3, maybe a little more, maybe 4. Not super heavily or consistently, but on and off I've been dyeing my hair for 4 years now. And I was talking to someone just now. They're like, yeah, I'm used to it when Maddie dyes her hair now because it happens so often. And I don't think of me as that girl who dyes her hair all the time, and not that that's good or bad, but the way Jill, who's my really good friend, was talking to me about it, she's like, yeah, I'm used to Maddie with orange hair and purple hair and all these other colors hair I've had. And I don't think of myself as that way. I don't think of myself as someone who dyes her hair crazy colors, and yet I do. It's just this perception that people get from you that you don't necessarily get from yourself, because I still think of myself as that 14-year-old girl with long brown hair, even though 80% of the time my hair isn't brown and my hair hasn't been long since I was 14, 6 years ago, but I still have myself in that mindset of when I was 14. And so when people say, oh, you're that girl who dyes her hair, that's not who I think of myself as, but it's who I am. I think in situations like that, your friends or your family or even strangers can be more perceptive about those things than you are, because you have these preconceived ideas of yourself in your head that may not necessarily be true. I'm not the same girl I was when I was 14 and had long brown hair, but that's who I think of myself as. And these people didn't necessarily know me when I was 14, and in this case she didn't. But if they did, they've gotten used to the older me and not 14-year-old me. And so their perception of me has evolved. And mine really hasn't, because some part of me, even if the rest of me thinks of myself as a 21-year-old, I'm not 21. Even if the rest of me thinks of myself as a 20-year-old, there's still that small part that's gonna think of myself as a 14-year-old with long hair. That's something not many other people necessarily think about me. And I think perception and all of that kind of stuff is really interesting, because depending on who you're talking to, you get a different answer. Like, one person might think my orange hair is cool and another might think I'm a social deviant because of it. And I think that's what makes our society, is these different perceptions. Now, I don't necessarily want to be perceived as a social deviant, but I run that risk when I dye my hair. But these aren't necessarily things I think about. I think things that seem rather mundane or unimportant to me make an impression on other people, and I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Things that you necessarily don't think about when you do them, other people put more stock into, and something you could put a lot of stock into. Like, I kind of think about the length of my hair because I've been growing it out, because it's easier in the winter to have long hair because it's warmer. And so I've been growing it out and I think about it a lot, and I'm like, does this look okay? Because it's hard to grow out a haircut. And people don't necessarily think about the length of your hair, especially not if they're there when it's growing, because then it's just long and they're used to it. But when they're drastic things like hair color, they notice them, because your hair color doesn't slowly fade into purple or slowly fade into orange. It's brown one day and orange the next. And so it's that kind of drastic change that people take notice. So things I worry about, other people don't really notice. And things I don't really notice are people's identifiers for me. Which it's just really interesting how those things don't necessarily always overlap. Okay guys, that was my rant on perception. I hope you got something out of it, because if not, I'm just ranting for 3 minutes because I have to. I enjoy it. You should enjoy it too. Okay guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye. What am I doing? Calling you? We're not on a phone call. This is a video. I'll see you tomorrow.